All right, guys. So what was going to be trade analysis for the day has now gone in the bin. This will be now a review and also what potentially is going to happen, for the rest of the day. Okay, so we've got this accumulation area here. So anything that I was going to take was always going to be closed before we got here, right? This orange line, that's the previous all-time high, right? So that is, it looks like now acting as support, right? So if we just have a quick look at the 4 hour, right? So obviously we've got this is the opening of the week, right? This is the start of the week on Sunday, right? We came up and these buys just kept on going, kept going. And I was personally looking for a break above here yesterday or a break below this area. Because as I said to you in yesterday's video, there's a lot of chop inside this area for some reason, right? I don't know why, but there is. Okay, so option one yesterday for me was to have some form of support here and then a break and close above this area, so 2162. I don't know why that's moved. Normally that'd be to a round number. In fact, we can move that up here. Right, so break and a close now, I'd say above 63. Okay, so no trades until we break and close above here if we're going bullish. I wouldn't trade back into this chop, but what you see here, you see the bottom of this candle has actually come off the bottom, the very bottom of these candle bodies here, and the amount of times that you'll see that happening is quite unbelievable, right? Now when we go over to the 1 hour, we were I was in two minds with this, right? Because the initial area was here, right? These candle bodies. However, we have got, or did have, this 4 hour zone, right? But I'd seen this, pattern that basically happened yesterday in reverse. So the candle wicks just kept on following each other up until we got to 12 o'clock, which currently is New York open, and it just went in the chop. So I thought, we've closed below this level. If we can get past both of these wicks here, right, then there's a very high chance we're going to go down and test this area here, which is exactly what we did. So I placed my stop order, as you can see, quite a few pips below, because I wanted to make sure these were breaking and not so much just a small little liquidity grab. I wanted to see them break. I went with my 400, which then covered the Frankfurt high and obviously London high. And in 11 minutes, we hit full take profit. So that's done for the day. All right. What I'm going to be looking for now is its potential here. We've got kind of a double bottom, because this looks like it's going to hold, right? We've got this area here. I'm going to remove this because I don't like having zones on my chart, right? So we're going to see what's going to go on here for the rest of the day. Not sure what news we've got today, but let's just take a quick look. Tuesday, 19th of March. We've got CAD CPI later, right? And then it's Japanese bank holiday, and we've got building permits for USD. We've got FOMC tomorrow, so that's going to make shockwaves probably. So I'm going to get rid of this level here, right? This area is going to be no trade, okay? So we need to break and close below here for continued sales, right? So 21.46.23, no further sells until we get below here. And on the flip side, I'm not going to be taking any buys here, right? We've come and cleared this free traffic, right? So this is now filled, right? It's nothing to trade into anymore. The next area would, for me, have to be either we close below here, right? So very similar to what you've seen here. Maybe come down, we have maybe a bullish candle and then a break below, so a closure below like this, and then a follow through. So again, if you look at the videos that I've had and I've been posting for months and months now, we need to close below, and then we follow the wick through. So if this is the candle body, right, and we close to the underside of this zone, that would maybe be the wick, and then our entry doesn't go until we pass this wick. So you just set a stop order, right, and then you go with you just go 1 to 1, right? There's a lot of maths and equations gone into what I'm doing here in terms of how I can get the maximum out of my trades, and also not hold on my trades for too long, because that's actually been one of my biggest issues this year, is just holding on to my trades too long. So I'm just going to get in and out from now on. So yeah, if we were to have a trade here, right, what you'll see is that as long as so if we've broke and closed below here, the first thing to look for is a pullback. And as long as this wick stays intact, must stay intact, right? We must not go and move, price must not move above this wick, right? So the wick maybe comes up like that, and as price moves down and it follows through, it should go, normally it should go straight to TP. Now my trade just took 11 minutes. So if we can if we can find something like that maybe later on this afternoon, I'm happy to take another trade today. I've got work to do. I'm just about had enough of this year, and it's time for me to level the fuck up. So the opposite then would be that we have to break and close above this area, right? So again, you look at these 4-hour candles. This is like there's a trade here, right? You see this bearish candle. Obviously that's Asia, but if you were for any reason trading Asia, you could have just taken a trade on the break of this low, because what you would have seen is this accumulation here. This accumulation here would have broken. So even if you'd taken it on the break of this wick, as it's gone through, you've got no drawdown, no drawdown, no drawdown, no drawdown. It just follows itself, right? So you're a bit of a stall here. Might have got a bit nervous, but to be honest, by the time you've got here, you probably hit take profit anyway. So option 1 is a break and close below. Right, so break and close below, and what I'll do, I'll clean this chart up a bit, and I'll post it as an addition. So you've got break and close below here for further shorts, and a break and close above here for longs, unless of course we get down to this 2130 area. There's a possibility that we could look for longs from here, because by the time that happens, you know, we could be looking at this situation when you got this bearish channel, right? The most important thing, and why I've started marking these more and more and more, is basically it gives, number 1, it gives me direction, right? It really helps with direction. Number 2, it gives you a get out position if you haven't hit your take profit, right? So if you were to come down here and you're holding for any particular reason, you can get out on or before this trend line. However, if price is to come down and sort of start breaking here, I'll maybe adjust this up a little bit. If we look to the left, we could probably go as high as here, look, right? By the time we get down here, it's very much there's very much potential that we may actually just kind of tap into this area, reverse from here, and then I'd be happy to take this up and possibly even hold it a little bit longer, because I think this is a correctional move. All right, if we just move up the time frame a bit, this is a correction from all of that buying that's just gone on, right? So we've had a lot of buying going on for the beginning of March and February. Now we've got to correct some of that move, right? And we're no longer in no man's land, because these levels are being created everywhere, every single day, every minute, every hour. There's a new level being created, right? You can see the accumulation here has held this, right? It's created a pullback, right? The next thing, I think, by the looks of price action, is that we're going to break and close below here and come down to this area. And then from here, I'll be looking to maybe take some trades back up, because we've had a wave or correctional move. If you read the Alpha Capital group, he talks about waves all the time. That's not how I trade, right? But we are correcting. Now, if we're coming down to this area, I think this will more than likely be the end of it, because we're going to have to go bullish at some point, and that may happen tomorrow during FOMC. So if we get down to this sort of area, there's a high chance that we're going to reverse from here. And from here, that may well be the move that pushes us out of this correctional move then, right? So keep your eyes peeled for a closure below here. In fact, I'm going to set an alarm here somewhere. Right, so I've got an alarm there, and then we'll see what happens. More than happy to take another trade today, to be honest. Strike while the iron's hot is what they say. So it's time to burn, boys. Let's go.